G'day, I'm Chris from Stoney Creek Campers. Thanks for joining us for another episode of How-Tos here at Stoney Creek Campers. Today we're going to touch base on tyre pressures and the torque settings for your wheel nuts. I'm going to demonstrate in our workshop how we're going to go about checking those two critical elements so that you guys can stay out there on the roads and travel safe. Alright, so now we're talking about the torque settings for the wheel nuts. Once again, it's the same across the hybrids and the camper trailers. We're looking for 120 Newton meters or 125 Newton meters of torque. Somewhere in that range is generally what we're looking for here. So one thing to keep in mind with your torque wrenches, a lot of them will have two different settings, one in Newton meters and one in foot-pounds. Always make sure that you're putting it into the correct one. So we're looking for 120 Newton meters. So when we put it on here, you'll see you'll get a rotate and then the torque wrench will click. So you want to make sure it's clicked twice. Then we're going to stagger, always alternate opposites. Make sure that one's good. We'll just work our way around the wheel. So I'm confident now that all 6 of those wheel nuts are torqued to spec. Every single day, basically, if you're on rough roads, I recommend to check these. Once a week if you're on normal road conditions, but handy thing to have. They don't cost a lot of money and they can really stop you from being stuck on the side of the road. So when talking tyre pressures on our Stoney Creek campers, this is the same for the hybrids and also the camper trailers themselves. Basically, we're looking for 50 psi. That's our recommended pressure. If you're running down the beach and things like that, you drop it down lower in that case, but for your road pressures and general travelling, 50 psi is what we're looking for. This can be done at the servo or at home if you just buy a simple tyre gauge like the one I'm holding here. We can see here it's at 50 psi, so that one's perfect. We don't have to do anything with it. Thanks for joining us on this episode. I hope I was able to teach you a couple of things about your tyre pressures and your torque settings for your wheel nuts. Try and maintain the inspection on those each trip, and then that'll guarantee many years of safe travelling. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one.